プラベース編集長の松本です。今日はですね、アメリカのフロリダ州オーランドの方にやってきました。3年に1回開催されます4大プラスチック展示会の一つ NPE2024 の方にやってきました。展示会のメインコンセプトは Made for You ということで6つの展示エリアに分かれております。でその6つはですね、1つは材料、容器、リサイクル&サステナ、先端製造、金型、パッケージという構成になっております。広さはですね、建屋が2ブロックに分かれておりまして、東京ドームだいたい 2.4 個分ですね。で初日はですね、歩いてみたところだいたい15キロぐらい私は1日で歩いていたということになりました。で期間はですね、ちょうど5月の6日から10日まで5日間、長いんですけれども開催をしているということでございます。そして出展企業はですね、なんと200社以上ということで、コロナも挟んでますんで800社以上が新規の出展企業様だということらしいです。そしてですね、参加する皆様の国籍はなんと120カ国以上の方が、この会場に詰め寄るということで、とてもその注目度が高い、4大プラスチック展示会の一つということでございます。でプラベース的にはですね、日本勢はですね、材料は旭化成様ぐらいでですね、機械装置のところは松井製作所様だったりハーモ様が出展をしているということです。やはり日本ではあまり聞き慣れない見慣れない展示会ではですね、企業様、特に今回で言うとですね、ライオンデルバゼル様とか LG 化学様とか、こういったですね、グローバルにはよく知られてるんですけれども、なかなか皆さんお話聞ける機会が少ないかなと思ったところに、突撃取材を行ってみたいというふうに考えておりますので、早速行ってみましょう。Hello.
Hello.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
So you can get a degree
Yeah.
in plastic engineering.
Yeah.
And so please tell us about what you can do.
So at UMass Lowell, we have this program in plastics engineering, right?
Mhm.
So we have a program through which you can get your bachelor's degree, master's degree, or PhD. In the program, we focus on all the areas basically of plastics, right?
Okay.
So focus on materials, we focus on characterization, design, and processing. And one of the biggest things is also speaking about plastic sustainability. So there's a lot of research as well as education going on in plastic sustainability. With the degree, people find positions in the industry, right? There's a lot of job opportunities in the industry for plastics. Along with that, many of our students also work in government national labs, or they find, academic positions later on.
Okay.
So there's a lot of opportunity with this degree.
What kind of companies people can, the alumni or graduates can all go? Like Apple's, I don't know. What kind of companies they?
Interesting question. So there are all sorts of companies that are working in plastics, right, at different scales. So we have startup firms or small-sized firms,
Okay.
medium-sized industries, but also large industries. So our graduates work in all these areas: materials, characterization, quality control. We looked at COVID, right? Due to COVID, the enrollments went down, right? But in a year, typically we've had up to 120 students.
120 students
Undergraduate students.
in undergraduate.
And then we have master students and PhD students.
It gets less and less, right? So
No, there are even more.
more
Yeah,
in
yeah.
masters and PhD.
Exactly. And we have international students that come for masters and PhD.
So the
Right.
majority of the, you said only international students maybe from Asia is Korea, right?
Yes.
Any other countries?
Oh, yeah, many. So we have students from India, students from Iran, students from Pakistan, we had few students from Switzerland not too long ago. Some students from South America, right? Venezuela, Colombia, Mexico.
And those students are really eager to work in US, or maybe they get a degree and they go back.
It varies.
Okay.
Some students go back. Many students from Saudi Arabia as well. So their companies are sponsoring them to get their PhD, and they are in our department getting the PhD. One of the big reasons is, UMass Lowell Plastics Engineering is, world-renowned in a way for the education in the field. So many students come for that, and then depending on their situation, they either go back or they stay on.
There's no such like a similar degree or universities in US doing this kind of plastic engineering, or
There are very few.
very few.
Yeah, and then along with that, our department is also ABET accredited, so where we get the certification that we're meeting the learning outcomes from our program, and there are few ABET accredited programs as well, so there are not many.
Of course, you learn all sorts of molding, right? Injection, extruding, sheet molding, and so on and so on.
Yeah. Thermoforming, blow molding. We have blow molders.
I'm so eager to go there though, to see the state of art of facilities you guys have too, right?
Yeah, please stop by. I'll be happy to show
Close
you
to
around.
Boston, right?
Yeah, I'll be happy to show you around.
Excellent. Okay. And what's the is that some logo of that UMass Lowell?
Yes.
What's is this something?
So this
means
is
something?
This is River Hawk. This is called Rowdy. Our logo is Rowdy, and this is a River Hawk. So we are right next to Merrimack River,
Oh,
and
okay.
we have River Hawks. So River Hawk is our logo, and if you look at this, right,
Yeah.
students actually made it. Undergraduate students made this.
No. Undergrad, huh?
Undergraduate students made this. So they designed this product, yeah. And this is actually a fidget that goes on the Crocs. Croc sandals and Croc shoes. And people put stuff on there, right? So
Okay.
what they did was they designed this,
Yeah.
and then they first molded the inner component, right? And then they over molded another component on top of it.
Two color molding,
Exactly.
isn't it?
Yeah. So this is over molded with the blue, and then inside is so this is ABS and this is polypropylene. Yeah.
Very interesting.
So students did that. So students designed this. Students did the mold design.
Yeah.
Students fabricated the mold themselves.
All of themselves, right?
Students chose the material, and then they actually fabricated this.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
So I guess students get a lot of chance to do I don't know, like a test or running of these kind of things with the studying also too, right?
Yeah. Very hands-on training. So that's one example. The other example is, ice scrapers. So students again designed this and then made it in the lab.
What's the maybe thermoplastics, as in like a PP, polyethylene? What kind of raw materials are maybe mainly used to do like this testing, or maybe test?
So this is polystyrene. So people made ruler out of general. Yeah, PS.
PS ね。
This is PC.
ポリからね。キーパ
The red one is ABS.
ABS, yeah.
And this is PP,
PP
polypropylene.
ね。はい。
But then in our department, it's
Yeah.
not just thermoplastics that we work on. We also work on thermosets
Okay.
and elastomers. So there are some
Elastomers
faculty who have experience and expertise in elastomers. And there's a lot of research going on thermoplastic elastomers, thermosetting elastomers as well, right? Regular,
Okay.
traditional dyeing-based elastomers.
How about like a super engineering plastics, like nylon and those things too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And not just that, right? A lot of work is going in sustainability aspects, so recycling of plastics using various ways. So mechanical recycling as well as chemical recycling of plastics.
How about like a 3D printing? You guys learn that too?
Yeah, there's a lot of additive manufacturing that
Isn't it?
also goes on. So we are developing new materials itself for as filaments for 3D printing
Yeah.
or SLS stereolithography techniques. But other than that, there are some faculty members who are also designing their own 3D printers. So a lot of work going on in that.
Okay, well, thanks a lot
Of course.
for the show.
Processing, design.
What's the
Even in
famous
sales.
what's the famous course or degree the students learn? You said about mold designing on all kinds of course, right?
Exactly.
So, but I don't know. I can say what a majority of the students are interested in which kind of course.
It varies a lot because all our undergraduate as well as graduate students have to learn and take all these classes.
Ah, okay.
And then some of them are interested in processing, some of them are interested in materials, some of them are interested, so.
What's the famous course? What's the famous subject, I guess? Processing? I don't know. For studying, you guys don't study polymers or anything like with the plastics or?
Exactly. So when I speak about materials, it's all about polymers. So we have classes in synthesis of polymers, like basic polymer science classes. We teach polymer materials. We teach different additives that are added to the polymers to make the final plastic, right? We teach structure property relationships between polymers and the properties that people are going to get. But then it just does not stop there. A lot of design work that goes into product design itself. It also deals a lot in material selection and then using the properties of the plastic, selecting the materials so that it can be apt for a certain product.
So you do a product designing
as well. Yeah.
And how long is well, it depends on the degree, but for diploma, undergrad, masters, up to what? What's the short term one to a master? Or you said maybe a PhD also, is it?
Yeah. So typical bachelor's degree goes on for 4 years.
4 years.
Yeah. But many of our students actually do co-ops. So co-op is an opportunity where the student can work in the industry for 6 months.
Oh, a long intern.
Like a long internship,
okay,
exactly.
Okay.
So they're getting work experience, real work experience.
Yeah.
As well as they're getting paid well.
And maybe they may get a chance
exactly
to work in there too, is
exactly. So many of our students who do a co-op in the industry, they do a great job, and then they end up working in the same firm. Like I know of students, even before they graduated, they had done a co-op. The industry offered them a job even before they graduated. And then the industry also said, well, we really like you. We are going to sponsor your master's degree as well. So there are cases like this where the industry has sponsored masters, right? So with bachelor's, it takes 4 years, 4.5 years if the student does a co-op. But then we also have an accelerated master's program, which is 4 years of bachelor's plus 1 year of master's. If students come in with a bachelor's degree, a typical master's program takes 2 years. And then when you're getting a master's, it could be a thesis-based master's or even a class-based master's. So students get to select which way they want to do. And then a typical PhD is, again, 5 years. But along with this, right, in our department, we also have certificate classes. So people who are working in the industry, who want to do, continued education, who want to learn more about plastics, about a certain area, we have all these certificate classes which are also online. So Online too. So they can take the certificate classes and they get the certificate from us. And there are a wide variety of fields in which they can get certificates.
I guess to get a certified course is to, what intention is to get a certified course?
So let's say a person got their education in mechanical engineering or chemical engineering and now are working in the plastics industry. And they want more information about plastics itself to do, to do a better job or, to
get more better wages, I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah, salary, yeah. So I guess that engineers in plastics paid well in America.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Because there's a lot of demand, if we look around, we use a lot of plastics.
Do you have a course with studying with AI or ChatGPT within this course as well? Or not really? That's something new, right?
Not really. It's coming up though, because AI is being used a lot in design.
I know exactly.
Right? AI is even being used nowadays in material selection
Yeah,
to a certain
yeah.
extent, right? So we are including all of these components in our classes. But we do not have a class yet just focusing on AI.
Okay. I'm just wondering how the students search such technical informations in plastics, like in US, I guess. How do they, like in website, like how do they search such information?
Well, one thing is going to the company websites, right? Just so starting with
each like a resume maker
exactly
website.
exactly
Oh.
because
Okay.
there are some websites such as MatWeb where people can go and get product data sheets.
I heard of it. What's the name of it?
MatWeb,
MatWeb.
yeah, materials web.
Uh-huh.
So people can get information about all materials
How about like
data
a
from
special
there.
chem? You never heard of it?
Yeah, it's the SPE website. Yeah, so you can go to the SPE website and they have all data sheets for all the materials as well. They also have information about the different companies that are working in a certain sector of the plastics industry.
So I guess the first year, or maybe say undergrad, they need to study about the polymers. They use these kind of informations to do designs or.
Yes.
Okay.
So what we do in our classes is we actually give them the data sheets as well, so that they have real world experience.
Is any Japanese resin examples are being studied in the course? Just curious.
Yeah. Kure.
Tore?
Yeah.
Tore?
Tore.
Mitsubishi, Mitsui, Asahi Kasei,
Yeah.
those things?
Exactly.
Okay.
Sumitomo.
Thermoplastics, like engineering plastics as well?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very familiar now.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you actually teach at the university?
My specialization
yeah.
is in materials and characterization.
What's the characterization?
Characterization is where we test plastics, right?
Test plastics.
So we test for their thermal properties, we test them for their stability, we test them for their mechanical properties, we test them for their melt properties such that they can be used in processing, right?
Yes.
Or solution properties. So basically, testing of properties is characterization.
Are you also alumni of this university or not?
I am not an alumni of UMass Lowell.
How many professors or expertise in this course?
We have 13 full-time faculty members.
30?
13,
13 professors.
13 professors.
That's
each
full-time?
Full-time, yeah.
Okay.
And each one of us has expertise in different areas.
Like majority of the 13 professors being worked outside and then became a professor, is it?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, many of our professors have actual industry experience.
Okay.
And then they came back to academia.
As you too?
Yeah, I have a short industry
okay.
experience. I don't have a long industry experience. But once I started working in a company, I knew that I wanted to come back to academia. And then,
any students from Japan being graduated or studying currently in degrees?
Unfortunately, currently we do not have students from Japan.
Have
but
you ever?
We do have students from Korea.
Korea?
Yeah.
Current students?
Current students from Korea.
How about in past?
Yeah.
No one from Japan being studied in your course?
Unfortunately not.
Oh,
not that I know of.
That's pretty rare.
So please, come to UMass Lowell, we'll study plastics with us.
Wow. Yeah, well, I think that's a very good opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
To work in US, right?
Yeah. And then, in our department, we have all the processing equipment and, state-of-the-art processing equipment that is given to us on consignment by the industry itself. And it's state-of-the-art, so students work on that. And once they go to the industry, they can hit the ground running because they already know how to work on that instrument, right? So, yeah, come to UMass Lowell.
Yeah. Well, thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.